Morning, Susan. Hope you're well and you've had a good week. Morning to whoever else has joined us. Oh, fantastic, Susan. Oh, that's really good. Do you have much work that you want to do on the new house? Okay, fair enough. So you're starting small and going to go big then? Quite right, yep. Get the essentials done first. Fancy you having a utility room. How lovely. I wouldn't mind one of them. I had contemplated doing something in the back of the garage, but I didn't get around to doing that. Um, there was far more other stuff that was essential that had to be done. But that's cool. Get everything done. Morning, Sue. Hope you're well. Morning, Moya. Thank you for joining. Hope you're well. I know you've had a busy week, haven't you, Moya? Was it you that said you had a busy week? I was talking to somebody who said, "Oh yes, how did your trip to Cornwall go?" Or are you? See, I can't remember. Did you go last week or are you going now this weekend? See, my poor brain. It's not coping very well at the minute. Right. Hello to the other person who's just joined us. Not sure who that is. Was the week before last. Oh, well, there you go. Oh, you did get beautiful weather, didn't you? Brilliant. Marvellous. That's really good. Glad you had a lovely time away. A good break. Okay. Oh, somebody's disappeared. Oh, no, we've got Six Back watching now. Yes, I bet it was, Moya. You still working from home, or are your offices open yet? Oh, wow. Okay, that must be quite tricky. Are you doing lots of online meetings then, or phone calls, or something like that? Right, let's see if I can. I'm just going to make this larger. There we go. Hello, Gail. Okay, so Gail is with us, which is good. Everything online means, oh, Moya, that must be quite stressful, I think, sometimes. You just want to have a chat with somebody over a cup of coffee, really, don't you? Or tea. Or the water cooler. You're missing the water cooler. Those water cooler chats. First thing in the morning. Catching up on last night's TV. Hi, Brenda. Now, Sue, I was supposed to announce that when everybody was online. It's okay. Yeah, it is Gail's birthday today, but I'll say that again when a few more of us are online as well. Although we might not have a big class today, we might only have us little few here. So we'll see. I'll give him a couple more minutes. It's okay, Sue. It's fine. Right. Gail doesn't have an account, Susan. And I know that she has been working hard, and she just told me today that she's quite tired, so she hopefully has a break. But hopefully we'll find out soon. Maybe she'll message me again. Message me, Gail, if you want to answer any of the questions that are coming up. So we'll see how we get on. So we've only got, I know a couple of people can't make it today, which is fair enough. It's only a little, I don't know that it will take very long. Oh, it might do for us to do this. I am going to have to nip off and emboss a piece of card in a minute, but that's fine. It's only right behind me, so it won't take that long to do. But this is quite a straightforward card. It's quite a simple one. I have lots of other ideas. So we'll see what happens in the next coming weeks. I've got different ideas to do different things. And I've seen a couple of videos which have given me some ideas as well. So we'll see. But it's the stamp board one is the next one. I can answer, Gail, I can answer questions. Okay. I'm thinking Christmas for the design. Yes, Susan. Good idea. I'm still sticking to the C because it was the easiest thing to do for the minute. Yes, I think we might have a Christmas session. I don't quite know what we're going to be doing. We might make up some Christmas tags. No, you don't sound crazy, Gal. I was just saying, if you want, Susan asked how you were getting on at the hospital. So if you want to answer her, if you just message me, I'll let Susan know. Hello, Erica. Morning. Thanks for joining us. You're doing Christmas as well, Brenda. See, I should have done Christmas. But I'll think of something for Christmas. I don't know whether we might do some tags. I had some ideas about tags. Hi, Lucinda. Lovely to have you. Hope you're well, and Bethany and Neil. So yeah, I think that's what I might be doing. But as I said, I've seen a couple of things as well that I've found. This one I found. This came from Splitcoast Stampers, which actually is more Stampin' Up than anything else. And I saw this idea and thought it'd be quite a fun one to do. It's easier to do the fun fold cards with all this different card with you at home than me. Well, not that we won't do them, but with me, because I don't know what colour card you all want to use. So I'd have to force you down a route. You will use this colour card. That's good, Lucinda. I'm glad you're all well at your end. So I just thought it'd be another idea, and it's quite a fun one. It doesn't take too long to do. It depends what you're going to do in the middle as to the colour or anything like that you want on there. How you're going to colour it in. Okay then. Susan, in answer to your question for Gail, it's fine, thanks, but hotting up again work-wise, not corona-wise, thankfully. So, oh, you saw it on Splitcoast Stampers too. Yes, the lady that did this did a Halloween card with spiders all over the place. Yeah, not my first choice. However, it was, not too bad. And she actually used an acetate and fancy ribbon barrier here, little band across the top. But I thought I'd just change it up and do it this way for the moment and talk about different ways that you can do it. Okay. All right. I don't know how many are going to join us, but we'll make a start. As I said, it's not overtaxing this one. I think it's quite a nice one to do. So the idea is that it's 3 layers again. So this is your first layer, this part here. Then this is your second layer. And then you've got the layer beneath as well. Okay. I'm just going to move my camera a second. I think that's all right. So we're going to take it now. We're actually going to start backwards. So we start from the back when we do this. And then we'll cut the card and we can start from and do the front. And the reason it is that we start this way is because this layer here will then line up with this layer here. And then when you bring these on, these will line up with this. So it's all level. So that's the reason we're starting at the back. All right, so we're going to do this part first. So what we do need is your A5 card, whatever your background is, and you need to score at 10.5, I think it is. What did I say I scored at? 10.5, because I've already done it. Where is it? Yes, it's 10.5. So you score at 10.5. You've got, it's A5 folding in half. We're going down to an A6 card again. So it's 10.5 centimetres. All right, just so we know. And then we can fold that. So that it's flat. I'm going to use, oh, just realised. I think my camera, I'm just going to move the camera again slightly. Ooh, I hope it doesn't go too wobbly. There we go. So we give that a fold. Okay. So with our card open, well, we don't have to, actually don't need the card now, we can put it away, but it's going to, your background is going to sit like this. So let's show you how it's going to sit. It's going to sit like this. Even, so it's going to sit evenly like this, and then of your strips of paper that you cut, and one of mine has can you believe that it's literally just vanished? Is it under the mat? No. How could it have vanished? It hasn't moved from there. Oh, I'll sort that out in a minute. Your 2 strips, you don't need them immediately. Ah, there you go. Look, just started and I've already lost a piece of my paper. Well, how are we going to do it? Oh, it looks like I haven't chopped these down either. Oh no, that's fine. It doesn't matter for this bit. We can trim them down. Yours should fit nicely. But what we're going to do is, now, when the lady did it on Splitcoast Stampers, and I can't for the life of me remember her name, which is not good, but I will put it up on the blog when I blog this. She actually glued hers down because she literally just stamped a sentiment and a couple of these spiders. Because I've done a bit more on it, I don't suggest we glue these down unless you want to mask them out, because if on my scene, if I bring this one back in, you can see that I actually went under the paper with my painting. So with my watercolour in, it went under, making it a bit more complete because I used a scene. So it's entirely up to you, depending on what you're stamping, whether you want to stamp your pieces of paper, glue your pieces of paper down now and then stamp in there, or have them in position. I'm going to use my stamp positioner when I stamp, so that you know roughly where you're going to be working, or you have an idea where you're working and you know your boundaries. Does that make sense? So it's up to you. If you wish to glue them down, then you can glue them down now. Thank you, Lucinda. Her name is Wendy Lee. Thank you. Right, so I'm going to get my press out and we're going to stamp that card. Oh, I've already got it out. And then use it to position. Now I'm going to do a different coastal scene this time, but I am sticking to the coastal scene, and some of the stamps I use will be the same ones that I used earlier. But you're right. I could have used it as a way to get started on Christmas. So let's ink up our background. And I'm going to use a mixture of stamps. And the first one I'm going to use is, not that one, is it from here? Which one was I going to use? No. It is from this one. Where is it? Oh, right. Yes, here it is. So, let me get back into camera for you. This is at a weird angle today, isn't it? I don't quite know what I've done. Let's try and move this out of the way. I'll try and move around a little bit. Bring this in. Perhaps it needs to come out a little bit wider. There we go. All right. So I'm using the Hobby Art stamp set. I don't know what it is offhand. It's one of the Seacoast ones. And I'm going to use, handy, putting it on a piece of dirty card for you, isn't it? And I'm going to use this stamp here this time. So I'm just going to keep it similar with the theme. It's this one or this one. I think I'm going to go with this one and just bring in some light colour in and a little bit of the sea behind it. So when you're ready, what we're going to do is stamp and then colour this image. So this is the bit that obviously is going to take our time for the moment. So I'm just going to leave them in place whilst I set the stamp down. And I'm actually using watercolour card. It has quite a smooth finish to it. It's actually Hunky Dory's Prism card, I think it's called. Or Prism. Right, so I'm going to position it, and I can see that some of this is going to just sit slightly behind the paper, which is great. That's what I want. And I'm leaving a little bit of room to write a message. It's going to be a tiny message. Can always go higher up. Let's have a look. Which bit is that straight? Okay. Put that there. And then move my piece of the paper out of the way. Aha! I've just found my other piece. That's handy. Okay. So I hope you've all enjoyed the lovely weather we've had this week. That's been gorgeous, isn't it? I'm supposed to be gardening this afternoon, so let's see. Hopefully it's going to stay dry. I think we might have some rain here later on. I'm just going to switch the other lights on because that's looking a bit dark on my screen. I don't know if that's helped at all. I've got all sorts of lights on here and the blind open. Right. Right, that's what I thought might happen. Because I'm on watercolour card, it looks like I didn't ink my stamp up properly. I can go back in again. So I'm looking forward to seeing what you've all done and your Christmas ones. That's cool. I started packing up the envelopes last night for the stamp board. And after having done over half of them, I realised I'd left the canvas out. So I had to open them up, and now I've got to start all over again. And trying to figure out how I'm going to get it to you without getting it. Hopefully it won't get the corners boshed. do a little bit more there. So yeah, so they'll be in the post Monday. So you should get them. They'll go second class. So those of you that are signed up to that class, you should be getting them hopefully Thursday, Friday. I'm going to leave that like that for the minute, I think. Yeah. I can bring some colour in on that. So now, what I'm going to do as well, since take some of that ink off. Since I have stamped and I'm die cutting some little bits as well, I'm going to do that now whilst I've got my press on. So I'm going to stamp the sentiment and the shells and the birds as well that I'm going to use. So I'm going to do all that in one go. And I do wish I didn't have my notifications on for mail, because that's what's coming in on my... Oh, good grief. Look at that. Filthy. All right. So I'm going to die cut this. So let's get this even here. I'm just going to check that this is on straight. There we go. Right. Where's the other magnet gone? There it is. This enough ink. Oops, doesn't look like there's enough there. I have stamped this a couple of times, so it should stamp okay. So for those of you that joined us after it was said, it's Gail's birthday today, so we wished her a happy birthday. Has to be done, I'm afraid. If you're on here, there we go, that's that one. And then I'm just going to stamp the other bits that I want to stamp. You can do that as well, and then everything can be coloured at the same time. And my birds and seashells are actually from Heartfelt Creations, which is handy because they're die cut as well, so I didn't have to fussy. They come with die, so I didn't have to fussy cut. You know, anything for an easy life. So I've got the birds, and I've got the shells that sit under the banner. You can always have just a sentiment there, actually. You can always have something different. You don't have to have an image. It's just a little surprise, so that something's hidden. Okay, so I'm just going to lay these on. These are being die cut, so it'll be fine. As I said. Right, let's have a look at that. Okay. All right. So how's everybody doing? Are you all getting your stamping done? Gail, what you won't see is Pauline because she's on WhatsApp, and Pauline is wishing you a happy birthday as well as Lucinda. Hi, Pauline. I didn't realise you were on as well, so it's lovely to have you with us. I knew you were coming along. Yeah. So there we go. I'm happy with that. So I've got all my stamping done. So we can just get this out of the way, really, can't we? Just dab a bit of the ink off. Gal is thanking everyone for your birthday wishes. It's good, this bit of technology, isn't it? I'm just going to put my stamps away because I have misplaced one of my All and Create stamps. It's not a big one, it's one of the smaller ones. It's very annoying. I'm hoping it's just got stuck to something and I'll find it, 6 months down the line or something. If I ever clean this place up, I'll find it. So, I know I keep saying that, don't I, every time I see you. You can see I'm getting a long way with that plan. Right, let's get these things out of the way. Move them out of the way. And then I'm going to watercolour these very lightly. And I'm going to be using my Sig colour pens. Obviously, you can use whatever you want. I actually still have part of the palette from the other one on here. So I'm just going to use those kind of colours again, I think. Sand, a bit of the orange, a little bit. We need some brown. Ball brushes. I'll have some blue in the background. Don't think I've got any room to add any birds this time to this. Oh, I don't know. Looking at it, can I fit in the birds from Hobby Art? They've got a stamp in their other coastal walks, I think it's called. I really should find out what these are, shouldn't I? I will put them in the blog too. If you're interested in knowing, then you'll know. Yes, these will fit. If I get them up the right way. These will fit. They're very tiny, so they'll fit in. Let's just add a few birds. Oh, that's the wrong mount. These are to hand, so I'm just going to add them in there. Just going to stamp them first, make sure they're okay. I got them up the right way? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so there or there. It's going to have to be the right. Okay. I'm guessing we're all busy stamping or starting the colouring. There we go. Okay. Okie dokie. So I've got them. I've got these, which are, I did a very light grey wash over. And the shells. I've got a little bit of pink in there as well on the shells. I think I'll do that with some yellows. Yeah, I think we'll do that for the moment. Okay. Yeah. I might just use my water brush here for a minute. I was colouring something else the other day and I went back to my paintbrush. Let's have a look. So I'm just going to get some colour down. Dip it in there. So let's have a look. Let's do a light. And I'm going to come over so it looks like it's disappearing behind the paper. As I mentioned, I'm using watercolour card here. Put this light colour in first, and then I'm going to bring in some other bits and pieces. Let's just bring that out. Okay. Clean it off. So let's have a look. What colour is this going to? Okie dokie. Okay. Of course, when I'm colouring, I've got to keep talking. So some of you are doing Christmas cards, and have you started? Have many of you started your cards? I did a couple ages and ages ago, thinking, oh yes, I'm going to be really cool, get them all done during lockdown, and didn't. I didn't get them finished. Oh, I haven't finished them. I've still got a whole pile of them to do. There we go. Just going to dab a little bit of water over here to take that bit off. Ooh. And ended up taking the whole lot off, Angela, which is not really what you wanted to do. So let's get some more of that orange. This is probably too wet now. Yeah, I'm going to have to dry mine because it's watercolouring. You need to... Yeah, well, Lucinda, I was going to do the 52. Oh, hang on. I'll talk to you in a minute. I'm just going to dry this for a second. It was one of those things. I was actually signed up to do another Christmas challenge, and I never did that at all. You've done 30 already, Susan. Oh, wow. I actually don't think I need that many now because we're not going anywhere or seeing anybody. Although that's a good time to send them, isn't it? But I don't have all their addresses, so you know, that's going to be interesting. Just being nosy. There's a car parked right behind my car. Just being nosy. It's just driven off. I'm very impressed. How's that going to sit? Is that like that? Okay, Might bring in a little tiny weeny bit of dark orange. That's it. I'm very impressed with you two. Oh, Susan! Really? Actually, in fairness, I think my mum does as well. She sends over 100, but she doesn't make them. And I only make the ones for the family now. I used to make them for her as well, but she just has ones for special friends, which I do make for her. Well, yes, Lucinda, you would have a lot, wouldn't you, doing the 52 Christmas card throwdown? Maybe I'll get around to doing it one year. I don't know. What am I like? What am I like? I want a pale brown. I'm very impressed. Okay, Brenda. Yeah, sometimes you sit there thinking, oh, all these cards I'm going to make. This brush is too wet. Yeah, I am impressed that you've got so many done. Okay. Oh, Moya, you buy some as well, do you? It is difficult, I think, sometimes. But if you start early, which I know a lot of people say, oh, I'm going to start early this year, and then they never get. We never do we? Lockdown was a prime time. Well, not all of you. I mean, not for all of you. Some of you are working incredibly hard. Okay, Lucinda. So you're up with the cards and not quite so with the presents. Well, if you're making them, that's pretty cool. I guess you can't do all of them, can you? You can't do everything. I think it's lovely. Yeah. So there we go. Not sure about what's happened there. My brush is getting too wet. So I'm going to flip to this. Even though I keep dabbing this one off, it's way too wet. Probably have to find this one's too dry now or something ridiculous. It's a bit better. We're going to bring in a little bit of brown. Okay. Spending too long on my pebbles and things here, I think. I'll do it for now. Okay. So then, didn't get any green out. So then we're going to do some green. my little starfishy people in a minute, my little shells. Right. Get some colour on here. Mind you don't put your hand in your wet paint. Bring some dark in a moment. Oh. Gosh, look, I'm not even. You crocheted him a dragon. Oh, Lucinda, that's incredible. I'm sure it is pretty cool. And like Moya, that would be lovely to see. There we go. Just and then coming with a bit of a darker green, I think. I've got, haha, those of you that know me, I have got a giraffe crochet set to do. It's all different multicolours, so it's not really a giraffe colour, but I just loved it. And I actually don't crochet. So that's going to be interesting. I will learn how to crochet. I ended up doing, I was going to crochet some stuff for my great niece to be, but in actual fact, I've knitted everything for her, including some hats as well, which is great. And then, so I haven't started my giraffe, and I've just I've just got some knitting for me as well. I seem to have gone back to my knitting. I don't know. I had one of 4 and Tim is one of 6. Yes, so well, my dad isn't. My dad is an only child, but my mum, she was one of 9. And sadly to say, there is only her and one brother left. I mean, we are in touch with the family, but yeah, there's her and one brother, older brother, and that's it. That's all that's left in her family from her direct descent. I mean, she's got 2 sister-in-laws left now. The other one just passed away, and Zed and Dad is an only child, so everything is that. And as a family, we don't tend to send that many Christmas cards, or they're not being sent recently. So if I'm making them, I'm afraid you only get one if you're on my special list. There's so many. It's quite a lot to send to. Who have we got here? Oh, Pauline. Well, you could be really handy. Pauline's just messaged, I taught Susan to crochet. So, Susan. Right. Well then, Pauline, on standby when I eventually get round to doing my giraffe. Because I bought some, I'm going to do some gloves and a hat first for me. And then I'll do my, if I get really stuck, I might have a hotline through to you. See, all these talents. And Lucinda, after your effort as well. Oh, now you see, yes, a friend of mine, well, a friend's mum, although I do know her as well, she she did. I haven't seen her recently or spoken to her. She crocheted the most amazing baby blankets when she did do a lot of crochet knitting. Oh my gosh, they were incredible. And I'm sure yours was too, Susan. I bet that was beautiful when you finished with it. Was it a lacy one? I know crochet is lacy, but I mean, was it was it shaped, sewn together, or was it just lacy? Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? What I'm saying? Um, but they're gorgeous. Oh, you can crochet as well. See, I'm a knitter. Knit and crochet in front of the TV, so I get more of that done then. Yes. Now that I've gone back to knitting after, well, I don't actually know how long. I did try and make a cardigan, but the reveres on this cardigan I couldn't work out. Somebody who had knitted all her life couldn't work out. Somebody else who was a prolific knitter and really experienced it couldn't work out this pattern either. So it never got finished. So I do have the wool. So I wonder what I can do with that wool then. And anyway, so that's really cool, isn't it? So yeah, getting back to knitting. I'm knitting in front of the TV now. Well, when I'm not, I'm doing both actually. I am crafting as well as knitting. But I know what you mean. It's like if you're just sitting there, and if it's relatively straightforward on the knitting, like doing just ordinary stocking stitch, then I can do that without looking. Well, you know what I mean. You're not reading the pattern every 5 seconds, so I can do that. So it goes, oh, Lucinda, what kind of things do you do? And really, Brenda, you're a knitter as well. See, look, all this knitting and crocheting that we can do. That's kind of cool, really. So, Erica, are you all right for uni starting? When does your university start? What's this, Lucinda? 24 mini stockings for Neil's advent calendar. Oh, brilliant. Crocheting cotton. Oh, wow, Moya. Cool. Maybe we should have a little knitting circle as well or something. Oh, has she, Moya? Right. Was she excited to get back? I'm sure she was. Okay. Here we go. I think I'm happy with that. Oh, wow. Right, hang on. Where are we going? Right, I missed my knit and natter group. That's Lucinda. Yeah. Yeah, that would have been fun. You've been back since the 1st of September, Erica. Good Lord. Wow. You never stopped, did you really? Did you actually get a break? Oh, wow, that was an early start for her, Moya. I'm sure she'll be fine when she gets there. I agree. I'm sure once she gets there, meet up with the people that she knows, she'll be fine. I'm sure she will. Um, right, let's do some shells now. Oh, that is that pink. Southampton. Oh, brilliant. Oh, so she's in halls this year. Wow. Well, if you speak to her, say hi. I'm sure she'll have a great time. Okay. Oh, good Lord, Erica. Wow. I was thinking before Christmas, and I know not everybody will want to do this, but anyway, before Christmas, if you're up for it, did you want to do just like not for very long, a quick Zoom chat or something just to say hi to everybody? So everybody can have a chat. I mean, we could craft or share stuff or whatever, but it's up to you. I know not everybody's going to use Zoom, but those of you that are happy to do so, do you want to have a little get together one day via Zoom? Yeah. Obviously, it means we'd all have to be out of our pajamas, hair washed, and makeup on. And have washed my hair, and I am not in my pajamas. I haven't gone. I have to confess, no makeup day today. But that would be nice. So you'd be lucky. What? Getting out of your pajamas? Right. Yeah. No. Well, I do. I wasn't wearing makeup during lockdown, other than when I went food shopping. But I'm back at work. Um, have a virtual wine and cheese. Well, that's a fun idea. We could have a little virtual snack thing, couldn't we, just before Christmas, since we're not having our Christmas thing. Um, yeah, Moya and Brenda, it's not amazingly difficult to use. I mean, says she that doesn't really use it. We do have an expert in our group, so I may have to have a little chat with her. I won't name them, they know who they are. So I'll have a little chat and see what's the best way of doing it, because I know you can. I have used it. I mean, that's how Cassie did her, or not how Cassie did it, how they did it for Cassie's shower. You do, Susan? You have a license, right? Okay. Well, I was just thinking, well, I don't need a license if it's only for 40 minutes, isn't it? But I mean, if you do and can run it longer, then okay. Yeah, yeah, Erica. It's free for people to tune into, isn't it? And then yeah, okay, Susan. Oh, well, okay, I'll have a chat with you as well then. There's two experts in the room then. So I can have a word. Paul. Right, Gal's obviously in her PJ top. um, and Pauline has been using Zoom for the quizzes with the grandchildren. Well, that's fun, isn't it? With the kids and the grandchildren. I think we could do that. I think we should do that. Yeah, see, that's what the thing. I'll have a look at it. I'll have a look and see, since I've got all your email addresses. We'll have a look. Let's have a chat with everybody and see who's up for it, how many they are, and then we'll sort that out. Maybe that's our Christmas session then, as opposed to actually crafting. We can come on and just chat, and you can craft. We could be doing something. We could share, I guess, or something like that. I think that'll be a fun thing to do. Okay. Okay. Well, leave that with me and I'll sort that out then. Um, Let's have a look. Right, I think, oh, a little bit of grey on my birds, but otherwise I think I've nearly done my colouring. Love a crafternoon anytime. Oh, yeah, okay. What colour are Robin's beaks? They're a browny grey colour, aren't they? They're not bright. They're not yellow or anything like that. They are more toned down. Oh, right. Oh, you've been taking some art lessons, Erica. Oh, cool. See, we're all being talented, aren't we? I did a workshop with Seth Actor the other day. So I know Nikki is or was doing one as well. I'll show you. I know we're going off piece here a minute. And it is his thing. I haven't finished it yet because it's a tin. So it's not finished. So this is not the finished state. So you have the tin, which we decorate. This is all embossed, and then I've got to paint it again yet. And then mine's a little bigger, so I need to have a longer card. You then make a journal for your tin. How cool is that? Although that was on Facebook, not on Zoom. So yeah, I'll show you what I've done when I finished with it. But it is something that Seth teaches, so it is his workshop. But I thought the idea was quite fun. We could, oh, have you? See, Lucinda, I signed up for that as well in 2019 and didn't do any of them. I've still got some of the well, I suppose I can still get all the videos. I just didn't have the time to sit down there and do it. And it's gone past the half price one now, isn't it? Or the reduced price. So I just knew I wouldn't get it done. I didn't do it last time. There was something else that I could have signed up to, and I knew I was never going to get time to do that straight away either. So it's just finding out different things, really, isn't it? But there is a lot out there. That's kind of cool. You have to tell me how you found Wanderlust. As I say, I have got some from 2019, which I did see some of them. Some of them really weren't my thing at all then. Maybe I'll have to have a look. They might give me an idea about something. You never know. Oh, yes, it was a very reasonable price when it was reduced. I suppose, arguably, the full price isn't that bad considering it is lifetime access. Oh, yeah, so if it is lifetime access, I should have my 2019 videos available. So I can pull them back up. I think I downloaded some of them, so they're on my Mac. Or they're on my cloud storage. They're not on the system itself. It shouldn't be. Right. Okay. Now, a couple of seagulls have yellow beaks, don't they? Let's just put a little yellow beak on. Not that you can see them, they're quite small. Right. How is everybody doing? Yes, I was expecting $125. I think it's still good. Well, it is, yeah. He has to send one video to do that. To do ones that don't appear as you learn double. Oh, yeah. That is very true. Very true indeed. Right, okay. I'm just going to pop my pens away, otherwise I'm not going to have any room to do anything. And then, how are you all getting on? Have you got a minute to tell me? Are you sort of ready to emboss, die cut stuff if you've got stuff to die cut, or what have I done here? Right. Right, that's what I've done here. That's in the wrong one. That goes there. Right, how are we all doing? Colouring. No, keep going then. If you haven't finished colouring, keep going. I won't move on to the embossing. I might just do my little bit of die cutting. But yeah, don't stop. Keep going. We've got time. We're not even at 11 o'clock yet, so you can keep going. And since nobody else answered, I guess you're all colouring. Is that safe to... Big assumption to make there, isn't it? But hopefully you're all okay at the minute. Now I'm just going to cut my shells out, not the bank they're on, which you can do both actually. It's really clever. Yeah, all those, keep going. Okay. So if you're doing Robin's beaks then, Lucinda, I take it you're doing a Christmas card as well. Did you say that earlier? I know a couple of you said you were doing Christmas. Brenda and Susan are doing Christmas. I know. I should have done a Christmas card. We'll do Christmas one week. We've got a few left to do, haven't we? And then if we meet up, see if we can meet up on Zoom. Think about the best way of doing that. Ah, what, for Bethany herself or for Bethany to take to her mates at school? I'm just gonna die cut, so I'll be back in a second. I'm not going very far. I'm only going behind me. Okay. I'm back. Gift to Beth. Oh, okay. Kids draw a picture and get card. Oh yes, that's my friend's son did that while he was in primary school. I got a couple of cards designed by Aaron. Lovely idea. Okay. Oops. Right. Okay. Right, how's everybody else doing? Busy colouring, I'm guessing. Now, just had a thought. Could have put a few sequins on this. Can always add them afterwards. Right, let's move that out the way then. Oh, that was clever. dry. Yeah, not too bad. Now I've cut these are not the right length, so I'm just going to cut my pieces of paper. Obviously read the wrong thing on my notes. Maybe not. Yeah, 10-1. It should be 10-1. Okay, so which goes which way? So if I have they don't go together. These must go together. Yeah, they go like that. And then they went like that. Okay, so I'll cut a bit of the top off. And a bit at the bottom. So I'll let those cut down. And hopefully they'll be straight. You know, who knows? Okay. Are they 10-6 still? Okay. Right, how are we all getting on? What is the time? Okay. Right. Whilst we were doing the Seth Apter workshop, he misplaced something himself. Actually, his tin. And he said he doesn't mind losing something because it means it tells him he has been very creative. So next time I lose something, I'm just going to say, oh, it's because I'm being very creative, not because there's a load of mess or something else has happened or whatever. Oh. Now I'm just showing you what I'm doing for the minute whilst you're finishing up. I'm just going to die cut my sentiment as well. I don't know if you've already done yours. It looks like this isn't straight either. Oh, really, Angela? Oh well. Let's see what this looks like. If I have it in line with that bit like that. So I'm using one of the Clarity rectangle dies for this one, the plain one. On the other one, I did use the what's it, edge? What's that edge? You know the edge, the one that she does the Pico edge. That's it, for Groovy. Right. I think that's okay. All right then. How are you doing? Okie dokie. Right. bits here. Glue. Gonna do some ribbon this time. Let's do the taped glue, I think. Oh, and my little pad, and then I'm going to glue a couple of the seagulls down. Okay. How are we all doing? Do you need some more time? Do you want some more time? Oh, we've got to cut the card down yet, haven't we? See, look, I'm getting all organised. And I need to cut the card down, or show you how to do it as well. Okie dokie. Let me know when you're ready to move on. It's fine. You're doing your colouring at the moment, that's cool. So, let me know when you're ready to move on. Have I got anything to tell you? Should I tell you a joke? Oh, I've got a couple of jokes. You might not. I'll tell you them anyway. So, did you know they were working on a new Pinot wine, which is anti-diuretic to stop you getting up in the night to go to the loo? It's called Pinot Noir. I did think that was quite funny. You may not, but I did. I thought that was very funny. Playing. Susan, what do you mean you're playing? You're ready, Moya. Okay. So that's one joke. I was reading a book. It's just a novel on Kindle, and it was in there. It was taking place. The story was taking place on a vineyard in New Zealand, and that was one of the jokes. There's another one as well, which I thought was quite funny. I'll save that for another day. Okay, Susan. I don't know about Married to Elderly Men. I'm always getting up in the night now. Ah, there you go. Giving your age away. And that's without the wine. Tea. Too much tea. Okay. What we got here? Oh, Lucinda, really? Are they really, really bad? Anything's worth it. I don't mind. Accountancy jokes. Are there any accountancy jokes? Wow. Oh, you're cutting out sheep, Pauline. Oh, I can't wait to see what you've done then. You're cutting out sheep. All right. Okay, well, let me show you how to cut the card. You need a trimmer for this or a good knife. Now, on your trimmer, most trimmers, their cutting blade will have measurements on the edge or ways to measure and a ruler down the sides. Now, the ruler itself is not so important at this point, but these are really to help us get everything lined up. So what we're doing is we're going to be cutting, if I bring this one back in, so we're going to be cutting our card from the fold down. And the reason we're going to do it from the fold is so that you know when to stop because you run out of card as opposed to cutting too far this way. So we'll start from the fold and cut. All right. And it is cut at 3.2 centimeters. So let's have a look. So you can measure. I've got measurement scales on both sides of the cutting line. So the first 3.2 I'm going to measure here, which of course I might have to draw the other one out. This side usually is okay. So we go 3.2 here. 3.2. Where's my 3. Oh, she says it's usually okay and it's not lining up. It's 3.2. See? It's definitely not lining up. I'm going to mark mine. Hang on a minute. You might just going to put a little pencil mark on mine because this. Which way am I cutting first? This way. .2. I don't know what I'm going to do about my trimmer. I have to work out a way to figure it out. Okay. Oh, of course, I need to know what 3.2 is down here and all, don't I? Otherwise, I can't line it up at the bottom to get it even. Right, so it's 3.2. We're going to cut at. So we're going to cut at 3.2 from the fold. So if you take your trimmer, your blade, and line the little pointers up on the side onto your fold, and then cut down. And then we've got one folded. Okay. Then we've got one folded like that. And then repeat it on this side. Okay. Always doing from the fold. So we go this way this time. So I'm just going to measure mine out again so we get a rough idea of where the heck it's going. All right, so we line up 3.2 this side. Yeah, that looks good. That's good. And again, start with the blade up at the fold and then down. There we go. So we should have 2 cuts like this. All right. And these are 3.2 centimeters. I'm just going to give them a quick score, help them lay a little bit flatter. Oh, there we go. It'll be all right by the time we're finished. Okay, so everybody got that. You then need to emboss your little bit of card. And I bet you've already done this, haven't you? Because you always do. So, which is not a bad thing. It would probably help if I'd done mine as well, but I haven't. So I'm using an embossing folder from Sheena, which I really like. This is part of one of our Japanese series of stamps. Series of stamps. It's an embossing folder, Angela. The whole set. And it's great because I've not seen many watertight. Not that I've actually, in fairness, been looking for them. I have to confess. But this has got water on it, so I thought it was appropriate. I'm just going to emboss this. I mean, if I was really good, I'd bring this over here, wouldn't I? But I'm sure you're already done. And I just need to sort out my platforms. reposition the card because it's now moved all over the shop. Let's have a look. Let's see what am I going to have this time. Ooh. There we go. Fine. That. Big shop. I've seen some really good ideas about embossing and with stencils and embossing fold. In fact, it's going back to what we've done ages and ages and ages ago, back up to inking up stuff things on 3D folders. So, oh, just get that out of the way. Right, so how are we doing? We should have your cut card, your embossed piece, your inside topper, 2 pieces of paper for the front and 2 pieces of paper for the inside, however you want to do it. On this paper, I'm using both the pattern sides. On the blue paper, I used the inside on the, I used the other side on the inside, if you see what I mean. So that's the other side. This is the other side, sorry, on the outside, because it was both had patterns on it. This one is just like that on the other side, so I've kept the pattern. So either way, you want 2 pieces of pattern card, your strip, and whatever you're going to put on the front. So do we all have that? Are we all at that point? If I don't hear from you, I'm going to assume you are. So if you want a couple of minutes to catch up or to do something, let me know. Otherwise, we will start to make a move. All right. So everybody okay? All right then, let's take a start. So, as I said, we go from the inside first. So we're going to stick this in. Now, it is a lot easier to put these on first, so that if they need trimming in any way, you can trim them, and then we'll put everything in. Okay, so we need to adhere 2 of your strips of paper onto your inside topper, I'm going to call it. Okay, so your inside of your card. So I'm just going to use some tape here. Get it lined up. Okay, and this is when you find out that the measurement isn't the same. Do you know, when I measure with a ruler, it's not the same as when I measure with the thing. So I bet you this isn't going to line up now. Lengthwise, I should have just stuck it on the card and cut it. But it will be fine. What I will do is line up the top. I can always trim the bottom with the trimmer. Angela, what is your problem? Gosh, I can't get anything to stick at the minute. Okay, I'm just going to go. Oh, I'm not even in camera shot. That was handy. For some weird and wonderful reason, I can't get this to line up. Right. I have to go for it. I'm just going to have to trim that bottom. I don't know. I've obviously used a different part. But if we get the top level, here we go. So get your pieces of paper on. You want it so that it is right in line with the edge. There we go. Right, and I'm going to have to trim a little bit off mine because that white is going to annoy them by me. So I'm just going to do a little bit, a tiny trim. Tiny. Excellent. So the trimmer didn't catch it either. Was it not enough room over? I might not have had it enough. Okay. Great advert. Right. Hopefully yours have all gone together a little bit better than this, which looks like. Right. Well, it'll have to do, I'm afraid. Right. I know I usually use wet glue, and I decided I would just use tape today. Big mistake. Big mistake. Right, okay. We're now going to add the backing into the card. So I use some glue. I think I better use some glue. Oh, I've not got any in here. Tombow then. There we go. Line this up in your card. Yeah, the bottom of the edge of this card has gone wonky. So make sure it is centered. You can use your cuts in the front as well to help you because you can line it up. So right, I'm going to go with that. Yeah, look at that. Okay, we'll leave it like that then. So there we go. That's your back. Yeah, I didn't use my other tape. I just used the tape runner as opposed to my double-sided tape reel, which I would put Pritt Stick on. Yeah, I usually do put Pritt Stick. Yeah, that'll be fine. Right, so now we're going to do this part. So it's the front part here. So we pop our embossed piece on, whichever way around you want it. This way. So we pop that on here and center that around, well, line up the top so it's lined up with the top, and hopefully it's also going to be sort of lined up with the bottom. Again, that one wasn't working, was it? Just going to put some glue on here. I have found sometimes when using wet glue that it's gone through the card, and so it looks lumpy sometimes. Obviously, if you put too much on, or it's, I don't know, it's been too wet. The glue itself has been too wet. Here we go. Now, obviously, the embossing folder takes it up a little. Ah! I can't believe that. It just moved. Good job, I've got wet glue. Right, there we go. There. There we go. So, what you then want is the piece of card that you're going to put across the front. And whatever you want to decorate it with. So I'm just going to put some ribbon on mine. I know it's a bit different colour, but I'm just going to put this piece of ribbon on. This is going to be interesting. Right, let's just put a little bit on here. So decorate this part up. Okay. Clearly it's not my day for getting things straight. I hope you're having better luck than I am. So I'm just going to cut this off. It's going to be hidden, so it doesn't have to be wrapped around the back, because the edge is actually going to be hidden. Okay, so then think about your positioning. So if you want, for whatever you're using underneath it, if you want to put that on the card and decide where you want to put it first, you don't have to glue it down just yet, or you can do. If you decide that's the layout you want, and I'm going to have, right, those two, so it's like that. So it's deciding what's going behind the little band, where you want to put that. And then we're going to position the band over it. Yeah? So it's entirely up to you if you want to glue this bit down first, so you know that's where you want it, which we can do. We're here, we might as well. So let's have it sort of there, I think. Oops. There. Okay. And then once you've got that, a little bit of glue on each end of your band. Not much under. And then position it over whatever's hidden there. And then adhere in place. And then your papers are going to go over that. Yeah? With me so far? Right, okay then. So that's what we're going to do now. That's what we're going to do now. So we're now going to adhere the paper. Which I'm probably going to have the same problem as I had before, aren't I? Oh no, because that was on the topper. This is just going to sit where it sits. So with our middle piece in place, we can pop the topper on and line it. Oh, Angela, why are they? I haven't trimmed these down. That's why that's so wide. Okay. Well, I did it 2.8 by 10.1. Didn't I? No. What did I put this on? Oh, I must have done 3.2. I must have done the wrong measurement. Oh, that's handy. Right, that means my front ones are going to be wider than my base ones. Hopefully you don't have that problem. You have to trim these down. This is going to be interesting. Actually, I wonder if I can do it on the guillotine. So I want that 2.8, which is out there. Okay. Is that going to be better? Yes. Of course, they're not going to line up like yours are going to line up. It's okay. It'll be fine. It'll be our secret. So I hope to goodness I gave you the right measurement. Otherwise, you're all there cursing me now. See, moral of that story, don't prep this. Or don't get all your bits ready at whatever time it was last night. Right. I should have got the clue when it was longer than the card, shouldn't I? I should have twigged that. Not that these have to line up. All right, line that up. So, are you all sorted? Okay. There you go. So you now got that little bit there, so you can finish decorating these. I'm going to glue some flat, and then I'm going to, excuse me, use some sticky foam. Use some foam pads to raise these two up. You may even raise that third one as well. Oh, excuse me. Right. Yeah, let's have them down differently. How did I have them last time? Oh. Put that the other way around. Let's have a look. How do I want to put these in? He's a bit further away, so let's have that one there. That one there. This one down here. I don't know. Okay, let's do that. So I'm going to do that one up there. There we go. What has happened here? Wow. I've got problems with my nail on my right thumb in that it's broken all the way down here. It's actually grown a little bit, but it's broken all the way down here. And it's a cross. So I have to keep putting this stuff on to try and stop it catching, because I can't cut it back at the minute because it's just too low. It'll be coming right across here. So if any of you got any good ideas on what I can do to cover my thumb, it'd be much appreciated. What papers have you used? Oh my goodness, Susan, are you telling me you've finished already? That's me faffing. Oh, how lovely! What's under? Have you got anything underneath your banner? Oh, the papers that she was selling for charity. Is that the papers you mean? It's lovely. I like what you've done. So what's hiding underneath the banner then? Nothing? Something or nothing? Or they're gorgeous. That's a great card. Oh, the rest of you can see it on WhatsApp. Right, let's get these pinned down. That's enough blue. Let's put you flat, I think. Oh. Okay. There we go. And then I'm just going to put my sentiment here on foam tape or foam pads since they're out at the minute. So how are we all doing then? Lovely. Yes, very nice, Susan. Right. How are the rest of us doing? We nearly there? Wow, these pads are a bit weird. They are, for crying out loud. They came with something else. And I don't know how. Sometimes I think they were just chucked in, you know what I mean? Oh, in actual fact, I'm not even going to bother with these. I know what I did last time. I used a larger pad. I'm back in a sec. Create and craft. Look at that. Shows how old long I've had this then. Oh. two guys have just walked past in high vis outfits with what look like weed killer spray things. I hope they're not kidding. I don't know what they're spraying. They better not be spraying my plant that sit outside or grow under my fence and over a little bit. Let's see. So there we go. I need to emboss another panel. It keeps split. Oh, still on the front of mine. Okay, Brenda. Yes, that's a good idea, Susan. With your wax paper, it shouldn't split with that, or it could be your what's it called? Your plate makeup. You know when you stack them together. So it's your sandwich. That's what I'm thinking. So there's two things to try. Try taking something away from the sandwich and see if that works, or whether you need something slightly thinner that you could try. But try the wax paper first, because that's a excellent idea. Thank you, Susan. Okay, Erica's finished as well. Have you all finished? Right, so let's have a look. What's going on here then? Oh, fantastic, Erica. Love it. Love it. I will type on these later. Oh, I think that's brilliant. That's so cool. So there we go. So here's my card finished at last. And all of you will have your fantastic ones as well. They're brilliant. So there we go. So there's that layer. So you've got that layer there with the shells hidden on the beach. And then the inside. As I've seen a couple of yours that are fantastic. I look forward to seeing the rest of them. For those of you not on WhatsApp, if you want to share your pictures, if you send them to me, I'll put them up for you so that the others can see them as well, if you want to do that. You don't have to. Just offering. So you can either message me or Facebook Messenger or text me or whatever if you want to share your photos, by all means. That's brilliant. Using the Sizzix sandwich, it won't emboss otherwise. Yeah, but with mine, Brenda, on the Sizzix sandwich, it actually says to keep tab 1 in. I can't do that on mine. My machine, I don't know if it's because it's worn out or it's old. I actually take that off. So I only use the front plate. So I don't know. That can be used for different types of embossing folders. So it might work. If you've only got one flat one, it may be that one of your plates, if you change it for like some paper that's not as thick, it might go through without splitting it. So it could be something to do with that. It might be, it might not be. It might just be, unfortunately, your embossing folder is too thick for your paper. You know, it's too dense for your paper. But if you're using 300, it shouldn't be a problem. I have had that in the past where some embossing folders have split my paper as well. So I do know what you mean, and it's jolly frustrating when it happens. Okay then, so we finished early today. Haven't run over, we're all finished. Thank you for joining me. I hope you had fun. Yeah, Brenda, don't give up, have a go. And it may be different embossing folders require different sandwiches on your machine. They all differ slightly. And age will give it something different as well. Okay, thank you for joining. I'm going to go and look at what's on WhatsApp in a minute. So thank you for joining me. Hope you have a lovely week. I know it was a pretty straightforward card, really. It wasn't anything too taxing for you. So I hope you enjoyed that. At least some of you have got an extra Christmas card ready. It's a good idea. I might have to think about that myself. Might have to think about some ideas for Christmas using that card as well. Something different, isn't it? All right. Next time I'll see you is with the stamp board workshop. Those of you that have not signed up for that, it is going to be a private class. So I will look at setting that up early and sending the link to those of you that are joining in. Okay, it's not going to be an open class for the stamp board because you've purchased it. So that will be in a couple of weeks' time. I'm not around next week at all. I'm away. We're clearing my aunt's house out next week, so I can't do anything next week till the weekend when I will be playing with some ideas for the stamp board. And I'm not here tomorrow either. And I will get back to you as soon as I can on what we're going to do. I'm going to try and do more than one thing. We should be able to, or at least have some samples so you can see what you can do. All right. So thank you very much for joining me. I'll leave that on the screen for a little while and I'll catch up with you later. Take care. Bye bye and thank you.